Welcome to Odds.com's MLB playoff coverage. Rays Astros are up next. The Tampa Bay Rays just put the finishing touches on a 5-2 win. They played excellent defensively, made all the right plays, and now they are a game away from the World Series. Another knob block by Jose Altuve. Looks like Steve Sachs out there with the yippity yip yip yips. It's crazy to watch a MVP fall apart like this in the field. He went 2 for 4 with a home run. Brantley hit a home run, but these Rays are doing everything right. Arozarena, 3 for 4. Mr. Wendell, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, and he looks dynamite at third. These Rays are rolling, Nolly, and we have Glasnow, Greinke up next. Glasnow and the Rays open up at minus 145. Now you can get them anywhere between minus 137 and minus 150. This total is sitting at 8, slightly juiced to the under. Before we start breaking down the pitchers and the batter versus pitcher situations that we're dealing with, what do you think about this spot? Rays up 3-0.
Man, not a huge surprise for me. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. I felt that they had the opportunity to sweep. This is a really good team playing every facet of the game at a high level. You're seeing diving plays left and right. You're seeing great clutch hitting. You give them an extra out, and they make you pay for it. You know, Altuve does give up that air, but mind you, they still got the hits behind him to be able to push the runs in. And, you know, they're looking like the team, and Houston's looking a bit lost up there. You talk about it, Brantley's looking real good at the plate. Altuve's still been looking really good at the plate, but just hasn't been able to make those plays, which is crazy. You talk about throwing errors, that's just something he hasn't done in his career. And now you see he short arms the ball going to second. You can tell he's thinking about it. So definitely I feel when I look at the game and see how they're playing, man, these Rays are scary, man. I like how they play baseball.
There's no doubt about it. They're doing everything right. Let's talk about Game 4. Tampa Bay leads the ALCS 3-0. Petco Park, San Diego, 77 Fahrenheit clear, 4 miles per hour sideways, out to right. Glasnow, Greinke. What a fun matchup. Glasnow, 5-1, 4.08 ERA, 1.13 whip during the regular season. 91 Ks and 57 in the third with 22 walks. And very similar numbers in the postseason. 4.05 ERA, the exact same whip at 1.13, 2-0. In 13 and a third, 20 Ks, 6 walks. Then we get to Greinke, 3-3, 4.03 ERA, 1.13 whip, 67 Ks in 67 innings, 9 walks. In the playoffs, we know that he's been dealing with soreness and has had a start pushed back. 5.19 ERA, 1.27 whip, 5 Ks, 4 walks in 8 2/3. But I don't usually when a vet is dealing with an injury or an issue, I am concerned. But these vets, I'm not. You know, he wouldn't go out there if he didn't think he was capable of getting outs. We saw Kershaw say, look, you know, my back's hurting. I'm incapable of going out there. I think Greinke is right if he's going to hit the bump. He would not risk it. He's not that kind of guy. So I think that he is healthy in this situation. Rays versus righties, just 188, 637 OPS in the postseason. It makes me want to fade them. Astros versus righties, 278, 792 OPS in the postseason. But I don't think I can. And I'm not certain that there's value on the favorite. So I'm not entirely sure how to attack this game. I would like to hear your take. Talk to me about this Glasnow Greinke matchup.
Yeah, you said it with Greinke. The issue is some shoulder issues, shoulder soreness, and they what's his name? Baker Baker Mayfield, the coach Dusty Baker. He showed concern when I heard him talking about it in the last series. It's something that I'm still concerned about, and just that he won't be able to go too deep. That's an issue that they've had with him and Urquidy. They haven't been able to get past through 5 innings, and they're using up a lot of their bullpen. So that's a cause for concern as a team. But here for Greinke, like you said, he wouldn't go out there if he couldn't do it. But just the stamina is what my concern is. But when you hear his quotes, he says it didn't affect anything, especially once he got going. Once he got warmed up, he said he didn't feel much. One thing that he said that he loves, a bit of an introvert himself, he loves that there's not any fans in the crowd, able to warm up a little bit better, and he doesn't like giving out autographs. Kind of, I don't know what to make of that, but thought I'd throw that in there. But he's faced this Tampa Bay team a couple of times. He faced them in the regular season last year, went 5 2/3, gave up 6 hits, 5 earned run, 2 home runs in that outing, and then faces them again in the postseason, goes 3 2/3, 5 hits, 6 earned runs, 3 home runs in that outing. So it seems like some of these guys have his number, has been able to hit him pretty well. But here in the postseason, he's looking to get his first win in the postseason since 2015 NLDS when he was with the Dodgers. Been a long time since he's gotten a victory in the postseason, and here he faces a tough adversary in Tyler Glasnow. Tyler Glasnow, not the same pitcher of what we saw last year, but he can show his dominance when you talk about his K-to-9 ratio, top in the league, and the guy can really bring it. And he came out in short rest against the New York Yankees, and his catcher is talking about it. The guy still comes out, still throwing 100 miles an hour. So strength and his physical ability has never been an issue with this guy. Guy takes care of himself really well. He has seen this Houston ball club also in the regular season and in the playoffs last year. And the playoffs, he got touched up a little bit. Got touched up for 4 runs in the first inning, but a lot of talk immediately after that game about him tipping his pitches to these Houston Astros. Something that he said that he used to deal with a lot and kind of regressed to that, kind of showing off his pitches. But he said he's fixed that, and I expect him to come in and give them a good outing. My one concern here is Greinke. Greinke hasn't looked like the same guy. He relies a lot on his off speed, a lot of the junk pitches, and a lot of stuff that these guys on the Rays are kind of used to and can hit him. I think we're going to see some runs here in this game. I'm honestly leaning on the first 5 over. That's what I'm leaning towards. I still like Tampa Bay to come in here and sweep. I did take Tampa Bay on the first 5, but this last game, but in hindsight, not really a move I should have made, because if I like Tampa, I should have took a full game. They are the much better bullpen. These high pitch counts with some of these guys is a concern. You saw Castillo today. He comes in, he's throwing a significant amount of pitches, and he comes in off. So it's a lot that they're throwing. This is a whole new situation with these back-to-back games. Typically, we'd have a break already in between game 2 and 3, but here going game after game, I expect we're going to start seeing some runs in these ball games.
After talking about this with you, do think the over's in play, but I'm a little hesitant on the first 5, but it's just at 4. Let's talk about these matchups here. Pitcher versus batter. The Astros get to Glasnow. 54 at-bats, 17 hits, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 3 homers. They're hitting .315 off him with a .556 slugging to give a .918 OPS. And these Rays get to Greinke. The interesting thing here is the 2 guys on the top of the list are just 1 for 2 with homers, but that's Lau, who's not hitting at all. He was their best offensive player during the season. He is struggling at the plate. And Kevin Kiermaier, who took a pitch off the wrist in that 6th inning, and it hurt him. And after that half inning, he went and got x-rayed and was on the bench. So we'll have to hear what the MRI has, shown. But those are the top 2 guys on the list. Then you have Ji-Man Choi, 2 for 4 with a home run. Manuel Margot, 7 for 16 with 2 home runs. Hunter Renfroe, 6 for 21 with 3 home runs. They're hitting .312 with a 1.093 OPS. I think the bullpen, and from the Astros side at least, is vulnerable. And they've been fine in the postseason, 3.42 ERA, 1.13 WHIP. But tell me why. I guess I just spelt it out why you like that first 5. It's just at 4, and both these pitchers have been hit by the opposition.
Yeah, exactly, Jamie. And the fact is, like, you look at the Rays. We mentioned it yesterday. They're not exactly putting up some crazy numbers, just getting the lead when they need to, and they kind of seem to sit back on the lead. So that's a bit of a concern for me, but I expect both pitchers to give up a few runs, specifically Greinke a little bit more, but Glasnow can get hit. He's shown it throughout the season. Not exactly lights out in any one of his starts. I believe only 2 starts where he really looked that dominant, so a resemblance of what he was last year. But like you said, Jimmy, those numbers in the first 5, that's what I want to attack. And if the Rays get a lead, they kind of settle in. I don't want to be praying for runs late if the Houston Astros kind of just pack it in.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Only one book is hanging a total right now, so we may for the first 5. So we may have to wait. That is juiced to the over at 4. I wonder when it becomes available if that will be a 4.5. That makes sense. The overs make sense. Not a spot I want to double up. Are you going to stay off a side here?
I'm leaning for Tampa on the sweep. I really like the way that they're playing. I really don't have any faith in Greinke. I'm really low on their bullpen. I don't believe their numbers here in this postseason. So I'm still leaning towards Tampa. But I probably won't be making a move there. To be quite honest, I think I'm going to be making a move on the first 5 over.
First 5 over. It makes sense to me. First 5 over 4. It's available at 1 offshore right now. We'll have to see when it's available in the licensed American books. First 5 over 4 makes sense. Is this a possible double up spot, or are you just going to single the first 5?
No, I'm just going to stick to the first 5. Just not really what I like to do. I don't like to double up too much.
First 5 over 4 is what Nolly and I are both going to move on and stay away from a side. I don't want to have the favorite here, and I just don't want my money on the Astros and Greinke. It looks like the Rays are on their way to the World Series. There you have it. This game pops off at 8:40 p.m. Eastern. Both Nolly, Nose, and I will be making moves on the first 5 over 4. First 5 over 4. Nolly, my man, enjoy the baseball tomorrow, and thank you so much for working with us.
Yeah, Jimmy, thanks a lot, man. Thanks for having me on. It's always a pleasure, and hopefully we get some better luck over here in LA.
Yeah, hey, it put money in my pocket, the Braves. So
yeah, keep fading, Jimmy. I'm watching you.
I needed it. Thank you guys for watching. Check us out. Hit the subscribe button on Odds HQ here on our YouTube page, and follow us on Twitter, Odds110. Thank you, Nolly, my man. Let's get paid today.
Let's get it.